that was affected in a very short period of time if it isn't on already.
If I get up there, I'll tell you the truth.
In the NHL tonight, Atlanta beat Montreal 7-5, Los Angeles over Washington 6-4. NW weather clear tonight.
Good old reliable here.
Peter, we get.
What's that?
What kind of feed?
Oh, well.
Referee today is Dave Newell. Goals against average of 4.17. On the faceoff, the puck comes to Brad Park, who shoots it ahead into the Vancouver zone. The Canucks race after it. No icing calls. The Bruins try to follow it up, and the Canucks' Jerry Gillis finally gets it out to center ice. Gillis pokes it ahead on the wing, intended for Graves. He just fires it into the Boston zone, and then they jam it against the boards, and there'll be a face-off. Miller. On the draw, the puck comes back to the defense and is taken by Al Sims over to Brad Park. Park is not expected to play too many shifts, but he's getting the opening one. Back to Sims. He skates to the red line, shoots it into the Vancouver zone. The Canucks fire back off the glass out to center ice. It was Gasoff rattling it off the glass, and Park picks it up at his own line. Park skates to the red line, dumps it in the Vancouver zone again. They race after it. Gasoff gets there first ahead of Cashman. Gasoff puts it to Gillis. Gillis backhands it off the boards. Back to Gasoff at center ice. Cashman's after him. Gasoff passed to an open wing. Graves was in too tight, and the puck is being brought back by the Bruins. Over the ice, Wensick gets a good, solid hip check as he crosses the line. It was taken out against the boards by Goodenough. The puck goes around behind the goal. Graves tips it back out to center ice, and Brad Park races back for it as the Canucks send Jerry Gillis down for it, and both teams are starting to make some changes on the move now. Rattel out there for Boston tries to get going. Has to draw it back to Brad Park. He's skated off by Gillis. The puck goes to Hilliard Graves. Graves trying to center it back to Kearns to the blue line. Kearns shooting. It's blocked by Rattel. Rebound is fired wide on a backhander by Graves. Comes back to the point. It's kept onside by Kearns, who taps it toward the goal. It finally slides through the Cheevers, who clears it around behind the goal. And on the right wing, Jonathan tries to come out with it. He gets turned around, has to go back, and starts out. Now it's Jonathan coming out to center ice. Dumps it from the red line. Chases in after it, down into the corner. He tries to put it in front, but Kearns blocked the pass. Puts it on the board to Kozak. Kozak is checked in the play, but the puck is tipped out to center ice by Don Lever. It goes the length of the rink, and back to touch it is Gary Doak. Icing called against the Van. Lever gets the draw on the faceoff. It comes back to Schmott. He turns, shoots, and Bromley makes the first save of the game at the Vancouver end, going to his knees and clearing it aside. Comes back to the blue line. Rick Smith lets go a long shot. It takes a bad hop, just goes wide, slides across the goal mouth, and is tapped back out to center ice by an alert Canuck defensive crew. Back to take it, Gary Doak over to Rick Smith. Smith ahead to Rattel. Nice pass coming in on the left wing. Rattel tries to come in. Nice play by Lindgren, who tapped it away, riding it to the board. Lindgren is skated into a hard there by Bobby Schmotz. The puck comes to the front of the net, is knocked aside as Schmotz goes down with Lindgren. The puck comes out to center ice. Now here's Settlebauer at the line, trying to put it through the middle to Kozak, right in front, and it slid across the goal mouth as Lever was covered, couldn't get the shot. Kozak goes to the side with Rattel, tries to tie him up. Smith skates in, but Lever's got the puck. He backhanded it, intended for Settlebauer. It was intercepted by Doak, taken behind the goal. Gary Doak now to Schmotz. He tips it to center ice, and Dennis Kearns gets it there for Vancouver. Kearns slams it back in when his team gets onside, but apparently didn't. One man not onside, so it'll come to center ice for a face-off as both teams change players.
The score, the Canucks nothing. Automotive knowledge and expertise. The man to talk to about a new or used car or truck is Derek Letourneau. Leasing, Bud Groves. If it's parts or bodywork you need, they've got it. Complete facilities to handle the job. Drop in at Freeway Plymouth Chrysler, the new guys, on 104th Avenue in Surrey, a half block east of Guilford Town Center.
Now the two big lines are facing each other out there. McNabb, Middleton, and O'Reilly for Boston, and Gradine and Schmiel with Kurt Fraser for the Canucks. A pass to Middleton in the Canucks zone went astray, and Vancouver bring it right back out. Goodenough at center ice to Gradine. Over the line, he goes on the right wing board, stops back to the line. A shot by Schmiel is deflected wide of the net. Fraser goes for the rebound in the corner. Getting tied up in there by Peter McNabb. Kicks the puck loose. Stepping in hard after him was Gradine. They two go down. The puck is covered, and there'll be a face-off inside the Boston shift, and they have the checking lines back again. On the face-off, it comes back to the line. A shot by Mano right on. Nice save by Cheevers, booting it right back to the blue line. Kept onside. Lindgren tries a shot. It went wide of the net as it was deflected. Goes behind the goal. There's going to be a penalty here as Canuck is hauled down. Jerry Gillis was spilled, and a hooking penalty called against in face-off circle. And Lever, Schmotz comes in as First man is Redmond is waved out of there after bumping him. The puck comes back to the line from the face-off. Snep shoots it through the traffic right in front. Settlebauer poked it. It goes off of Cheever's skate and just went wide and is shot down the ice by Rick Smith. A close call as Cheevers didn't know where the puck was for a second. Larry Goodenough behind his own goal. Passing the boards to Sneps. He gets turned around as Schmatz is doing the forechecking. Back to Goodenough. Goodenough ahead, lead pass to Lever at the red line. Lever trying to go around. Rick Smith stops and they're offside.
Always a threat defensively in penalty killing. Don Marcotte, who has 4 shorthanded goals, is not in the lineup, however.
On the face-off, the Canucks shoot it in, and it's brought back out again by Schmatz. Schmatz gets it ahead of Redmond, skates to the red line. Redmond makes a nice fake, puts the puck between his own skates, comes back, he's got it right in front, he shoots. Oh, and a nice save by Bromley as Schmatz was looking for a rebound. They came close to scoring that time. Goodenough behind the goal to Sneps in the corner. Sneps out to center now to Don Lever at the red line, over to Settlebauer in the right wing, over the line, he stops, tries to slide it ahead. It was intended for Gillis, went too far, comes back to Settlebauer. Settlebauer puts it in the slot, but Schmatz is there and he clears it out to center ice. Goodenough waiting with 55 seconds left on the Boston penalty. Larry Goodenough shoots it down into the Boston zone. Schmatz races in after it, Gillis after him. Schmatz circles the net, puts it off the boards. Redmond has it and just slides it down the ice gently, making the Canucks go all the way back to get it. Schmatz is following it up, but Sneps gets there first. Puts a bad pass right in front. Here's a shot, and Bromley makes a save off the stick of Rick Middleton, who just come on. Back out to center ice now. It's Schmiel over the line, trying to get a pass to Gradine, too far ahead of him. Here's Cheevers away out of the net in the corner. Here's the puck in the corner to Mike Milbury. Milbury trying to clear it out. Has some trouble with Schmiel. He puts it behind the goal to Gradine. Gradine gets tied up in there. The puck comes back along the boards. Here comes out in front of Mano. He shoots, and Cheevers away out of the net makes the stop as Mano got a good shot away. Mano gets tied up in there with Middleton. They all fall. Jonathan steps into Gradine. He goes down. He's lost his stick, and the puck is cleared back out to center ice. The penalty to Boston is up. Here's Miller chasing after it, as is Mano. Mano goes down as it's shoveled behind the goal by Gary Bromley. Miller gets tied up in the corner as he's stepped into there by Kurt Fraser. They're still kicking at the puck, jamming up. And Miller comes out with it. Here's Miller getting away from Fraser, slid it across the goal mouth. The middle was in close. There's going to be a Canuck penalty on that play as they park on defense with this power play, as the Canucks intercept on the opening face-off and shoot it down the ice. Comes around behind goalie Jerry Cheevers. Middleton, Rattel, and Cashman. Park and Redmond on defense. That's the power play for Boston. They start out. Puck goes up to Middleton, putting it back to Brad Park. Park now at center ice. Shoots it down into the Vancouver zone. Cashman racing after it, but it's shot back down the ice by Bob Mano, the length of the rink. And back to get it is Dick Redmond. Redmond going around behind his own goal. There's 7 minutes played in this opening period. No score, but Boston with a power play, a man advantage for another minute and 20 seconds. Redmond carries to center ice, fires it around the boards. Middleton goes after it. Lever tries to knock it out, kept onside by Redmond. Shoot, and just missed the net on a long shot. Rebound comes back to Brad Park at the line. Here's Park sliding into Cashman. Checked in there by Sneps, and Sneps with the help of Gillis tries to get it down the ice. They fail to. It's still in there. Cashman's got it. Here's Cashman in front to Rattel, sliding it across the goal mouth, and it's shot away at the last minute by Lever as Redmond was coming in looking for it. Now it's Cashman at center, gives the puck to Brad Park. Park now at the red line, skating, crisscrosses, shoots it into the Vancouver zone. He chases after it himself. Into the corner, Settlebauer gets it and fires it down the ice. 39 seconds left on the penalty to Kurt Fraser. Boston making a couple of changes on the move. Here's Cashman turning at his own line. Comes to center ice with Rattel. Over the line, gets it on the right wing to Wensick. Wensick tries to put it in front. It comes back to the blue line. Here's a shot by Rick Smith, deflected in front of the goal and shot away down the ice by the Canuck defenders. And it's brought back again. This time it's Rick Smith coming out to center ice to Peter McNabb. McNabb just dumps it in. Kearns, who cleared it away before, gets it. Larry Goodenough there, and he fires it down the ice with 4 seconds to go. And the Canucks are doing a great job at breaking up these Boston thrusts with the defenseman. Now the penalty to Fraser is up, and the teams are back at full strength. Rick Smith gives the puck to Peter McNabb. McNabb at center ice, getting it ahead to O'Reilly. It's too far ahead of him, comes right to Bromley. Bromley grabs it and holds on against the net and lost the puck, but the play had been stopped in the first period. Here's a face-off. It comes back to the line. A shot right on by Mike Milbury, saved by goalie Gary Bromley, and the Canucks come back with it. Kozak tried to fire a lead pass. It was too far ahead of the Center ice man going in for it, Rod Tudor, and it's jammed up in the corner. Tudor gets it out. He finally got it out. Here's a shot chance in front for Gassoff, but his backhander was saved by close in by Cheevers. Canucks keep it on. Kozak back behind the goal, trying to get it to Tudor, goes into the corner. In after it now is Terry O'Reilly. O'Reilly runs into Kozak. The two bump with high sticks, and they're both going to be waved off. Kozak.
11.
Here's a face-off. The puck goes to Schmatz, and Schmatz gets it around behind the goal. Milbury playing on the wing now. Drops the puck back, and it comes out now to Rattel. Rattel up to Schmatz over the line, trying to center it to Milbury, too far ahead of him. Hilliard Graves knocks it high in the air and taps it out to center ice, as the teams are each playing five-a-side. Schmatz comes back on the right side, tries to get it through to Rattel, drops the puck back to Milbury. Here's a shot, which deflected wide of the net, goes to the corner, and Sneps has it for the Canucks. Sneps drops it back to Goodenough. Here's Goodenough skating the red line. Let's go along. Shot. It's right on. Cheevers makes the stop, comes out of his goal, gets the pass ahead to Rattel. Here's Rattel and Schmatz now at center ice. Rattel moving slowly over the line. Play broken up, but Rattel gets it back to Schmatz. Here's Schmatz getting a shot, and goalie Bromley makes the save, rolling the puck out. Now it's Jerry Gillis at center ice for Vancouver. Puts it ahead over the line. It's intended for Hilliard Graves as Schmatz took Gillis with a hip check. Graves has to chase it to the corner. Schmatz and Gillis get the sticks a little high. Here's Schmatz coming back at center ice. Gets the puck up on the wing, intended for Bob Miller. Miller is taken into the boards by Lindgren, and he falls. The puck comes out. And back at center ice now, it's Bob Mano over the line. Mano stops instead of going to the puck, tries to slide it in front of Gillis, and the play was broken up by Mike Milbury, who takes it around behind the goal. Milbury drops it back now to Dick Redmond. Redmond skates to the red line. Let's go along. Shot. Bromley makes the save, gloves it aside, and it's taken behind the goal by Kearns. Kearns drops it back now out to Don Lever. Here's Lever making his break through the middle. He's hooked and falls, but there's no call. There was no call on that one. He was going between the two defensemen, and Lever looks at referee Dave Newell as if to say, it's unprintable.
Very well. Many of the fans here don't agree with the call. They thought possibly Lever was...
On the face-off, the puck comes out to Rick Middleton. Middleton at center ice now with Rattel, but Rattel can't get the pass. It goes too far ahead of him. Mano tries to clear it, gets it to Settlebauer with Lever at center ice. Lever takes it back to Settlebauer, backhands it off the board. Settlebauer goes down. Around behind the goal, Gary Doak takes him out of the play, and back comes John Rattel. Nice long lead pass to Middleton, too far ahead of him. Kozak gets it as the teams are now back at full strength. Kozak goes back, circles his own goal as O'Reilly is pursuing him back there. Finally gets it behind the net to Lindgren. Lindgren out to Bob Mano as the Canucks start out. There's still no score in the game with 8.5 minutes to go. Mano bumped hard by O'Reilly at center, shoots the puck into the Boston zone, and back the other way comes Rick Smith. Nice long lead pass to O'Reilly with McNabb over the line. O'Reilly going in, tries to go through. Mano dumped him, and the puck goes off the boards. Kozak taking it. Kozak trying to come out of his own zone. Fans as McNabb forecheck, keeps the puck in. McNabb's got it on the boards, trying to put it out in front. Mano tapped it aside for a second. It goes around behind the goal. Kozak after it is stepped into by O'Reilly. Back to the line. Back to O'Reilly in the corner. Out in front it comes Middleton, gets a shot. And Redmond's shot is blocked. Into the corner goes Kozak after it. Out to Don Lever, and the Canucks try to get going. Still having trouble as Kearns turns in his own zone with the Boston Bruins forechecking. Kearns tries to get away from Peter McNabb. Makes a nice move. Gets around him to Lever over the line. And now there's going to be a penalty as Kearns was spilled, and Boston will play a man short. Off, and Smeal playing on the left side. Gets it back to Sneps. Sneps over to Goodenough. Down in the corner goes to Fraser. Has a bit of trouble along the boards, but Gradin's behind there to help him. Back to the line to Goodenough. Here's his shot. Stopped by Cheevers. It rolls around loose in front, and a shot down the ice by Schmatz, and the puck is taken by Sneps around behind the Vancouver goal. Rattel, who seems to be playing all of this first period, is out there again to kill off the penalty with Schmatz. Gets the puck to Sneps. Sneps trying to get it to Fraser. Goes too far. This will be icing against Vancouver unless they touch it. Unless Boston touches it. It is touched by the Canucks, and icing is the call. No change for the Canucks. Fraser on the face-off. Pokes it back to Goodenough. It goes around behind his own goal. Goodenough starting out ahead to Thomas Gradin. Gradin drops it back to Goodenough as Schmatz is forechecking. Goodenough slides it ahead to Gradin, just tips it into the Boston zone. They race in after it. Miller gets there, bats it off the boards with the help of Milbury. Fails to clear it out. Goodenough keeps it onside, shooting it back to Fraser. Fraser trying to get it to Gradin, but he can't. It's shot down the ice by Miller. Comes off the back boards and is knocked aside by Gary Bromley. so he doesn't allow a big rebound. Good enough pass to Sneps. Coming out on the left side, Sneps tries to make a move around Schmatz, can't do it, so gets it back to Gradin. Gradin over the line, and they're offside at the Boston.
A message from the province of British Columbia about alcohol. Handle it with care.
On the face-off, the puck comes back into the Vancouver zone, and they start out again. Bobby Mano leads the attack this time to the red line. Fires it down into the Boston zone. They race in after it. Gillis gets down there, gets it back to the line of Mano. Mano closing in. He shoots, and a nice save is made by Cheevers on a deflection. The puck's right in front. A backhand by Brad Gassoff was blocked, goes wide, and a shot down the ice, and actually goes up into the crowd as Boston on defense. Face off in the Boston zone. Comes back to Rick Smith. He turns and just shoots it down the ice. And Thomas Gradin goes back to get it, being pursued by Rick Middleton. Gradin dumps the puck back to Bob Mano. Mano gets it out to center ice to Graves. Graves back to Mano. The teams are now at full strength. Mano stopped at the blue line, and Graves was off. Pin him up. Here's the face-off just outside the Boston zone. Comes back to Rick Smith. Smith over to Gary Doak. Skates to the red line. Dumps it down. Round behind the goal. Wensing in after it with Hilliard Graves. They go to the corner, and the puck comes out to Bobby Mano. Starting out now, Mano makes a nice move at center ice around McNabb. Goes over the line at Gillis on the right wing corner. Gillis down there being stepped into by Rick Smith. He falls. The puck goes behind the net. Cheevers out behind the goal, chasing after it as Mano was after him, and so was Brad Gassoff. Gassoff goes after the puck, goes into the corner. Taken in the corner by Gary Doak, and Doak clears it to Middleton. Middleton to Peter McNabb at center now. McNabb going over the line, tries to drop it back, and it's shot aside by Hilliard Graves, but kept onside by Middleton. Here's his shot. Nice save made by Gary Bromley off the stick of Rick Middleton. Peter McNabb goes to the board, is taken out by Gradin, who's lost his stick. He tries to jam it up to get a stoppage of play, and with the help of Hilliard Graves, they the Canucks of Don Lever facing off. Lever gets the draw, gets it back to Dennis Kearns in the corner behind the net to Sneps. Sneps starting out on the left side now, up to Settlebauer. Settlebauer with Lever and Kozak puts a bad pass. It goes deflected back in the Vancouver zone, and Kearns has to come back and get it. Lever just turns and shoots it down the ice. It's going to go all the way for icing. Back to get it is Dick Redmond, and the puck will come back to the Vancouver end. The ties in there, and their only victory was against the Rockies. Face off again in the Vancouver zone. It comes right to Dennis Kearns, who skates behind his own net. Gives it a Sneps. Sneps through the middle to Lever. Lever being pushed off the puck by Miller, gets it out to center ice. It's brought back by Redmond. Redmond over the line to Jonathan, tries to work a drop pass to Miller. Kozak rides him off the puck, goes back to Jonathan. He's taken out behind the goal by Kearns against the boards. Miller goes to help out. Miller's got the puck behind the goal, looking, tries to slide it out in front to Redmond. He's checked. Sneps knocks it to the side. Cashman is in after Sneps into the corner. Cashman's got the puck. Sneps is trying to tie him up. He fails to. Comes out to Miller. Back to the blue line. It comes to Al Sims. He shoots it. It's deflected up over the glass. And
A team like the Boston Bruins puts it in your net, and the red light comes on, and all of a sudden you go to your bench and you're trailing 1-0.
3:36 left. Face off inside the Vancouver zone. A shot from the point by Rick Smith is right on. Nice save is made by goalkeeper Gary Bromley. The Canucks cleared out to center. At center, Fraser gets tied up by Gary Doak, and the puck is brought back. Schmott shooting it in. Chasing in after it is Al Secord. He's lost it, and Vancouver take over now. Fraser starting out around Rattel. Gets it to Gradin at center ice. Here's Gradin trying to get around Doak, and Cheevers comes out of his net and clears it away before he can make a play. Schmotz now tips it to center ice to Rattel. Rattel can't see it underneath his skates, and finally just backhands it in the Vancouver zone. Gradin goes back, makes a nice check on Al Secord and brings the puck back. At center ice now, Gradin on the left wing, over the line, going in with Fraser. He's right in front. He shoots. Oh, what a save by Cheevers, who came out. And then he had another chance and shot it wide. Spiel goes to the corner in front of Gradin. He couldn't handle it. And it's taken by Schmotz and shot out to center ice. Great save by Cheevers, but the second chance went wide. Snaps now at his own line, gets it ahead to Fraser. Fraser chasing after it, comes right across the goal mouth. Gradin in after it, and it's called for an offside pass.
Action, but still no score here between the Canucks and the Bruins, and we have 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the first period of play.
Cheevers made a fine play on it with his stick. He was out of position. And as Tom pointed out, just a little too wide to get control of it. Canucks cleared to center ice from the face-off. Boston tried to shoot it back in, but good enough gets it. Then his pass is blocked, and Snaps chases it back around behind his own goal. Gets it in the corner to Good Enough, and Good Enough coughs it up in there to Redmond, and the puck goes around behind the goal. In after it, the Canucks fighting for it, batted off the boards, and finally picked up by Hilliard Graves. Here's a 3-on-2 for the Canucks now. Graves over the line with Gillis, back to Gillis, through to Graves, right in front, he shoots, and a save is made by Cheevers as he was closing in and using Gassoff as a decoy. Boston try to clear the puck back to center ice. They do, but the Canucks turn and shoot it in. Gassoff chasing after. It's going to be called icing if he touches it, but Redmond gets there first and clears it. Now Peter McNabb turning in his own corner, puts it off the boards, intended for Redmond, got it up to him on the wing. Redmond's pass intercepted by Gillis, who turns and shoots it back in again. 1:30 left in the period, and the puck is called for a high stick. Hit with a high stick, and it'll be faced off inside the Boston zone with him on the far side. On the face-off, the puck comes back to Brad Park, just out there for his third shift. Park gets it over on the wing to Al Sims. Sims skates the red line, dumps it in the Vancouver zone. They chase in after it. Miller's ridden out by Settlebauer, but Cashman gets it back to Brad Park. Park fires it off the boards to Cashman. It bounces around, comes back to Jonathan. Jonathan then lost it to Settlebauer. Settlebauer gets it to center ice to Lever. Lever with Kozak. He just dumps it into the Boston zone. Kozak chases in after it as he got away from Sims. Here's Cheevers away out of the goal. Stick handling. As you say, guessing. He finally gets the puck out to center ice. Lever's got it there. Slides it back to his own goalkeeper, Bromley, with 50 seconds to go. Now the Canucks try to clear it. Settlebauer to center ice to Lever with Kozak. The pass to Kozak is knocked off his stick with a nice play by Sims.
Oldest goaltender in the NHL. He likes to partake in the play as well. He's been very exciting here in the first period. The Canucks haven't been able to beat him.
On the face-off, the puck comes back to Gary Doak. Doak skates up on the right wing to center ice, fires the puck. Oh, it goes right up into the crowd. I wonder if that's
A good draw in the National Hockey League.
Now with 26 seconds to go, the Canucks get the puck from the face-off. Lindgren at center ice. Gets tied up in there by Rick Smith, but backhands the puck into the Boston zone. It comes out in front to Kozak, and then it went to Settlebauer off his skate, and he couldn't make a play in front of the net. Jonathan back now for Boston. Rink-wide pass to Miller. Coming off the boards on the left side, he shoots. Missed the net on a bad angle shot. Comes back to the blue line. Doak keeps it onside to Cashman. Cashman being tied up by Kearns. Still has the puck behind the goal to Miller. Miller trying to get it back as he's tied up by Lever in the horn. Brad Gassoff. And with the Boston Bruins, Bob Miller now between Jonathan and Cashman instead of Wensing. On the face-off, the puck comes back into the Boston zone. Brad Park takes it there and gets it out to Al Sims. He skates to the red line, tries to dump it ahead, gets it to Cashman, back to Brad Park. He just tips it into the Vancouver zone. They race back after it. Gillis getting in there is bumped hard by Jonathan, gets the puck to Snaps. Snaps now out, trying to get the puck to Brad Gassoff. He couldn't clear it out. It's kept onside by the Bruins, and behind the goal, Gary Bromley knocks it aside. Bromley gets it to Gassoff, comes out to center ice. Gassoff couldn't control it. Goes right back to the Boston blue line, where it's taken by Brad Park, drags it back around behind his own goal, and just stands there with it. We're in the opening minute of the second period. Park starting out, long lead pass to Jonathan, goes off his skate. Jerry Gillis gets it for Vancouver. Gillis can't clear it, though, as Cashman checks him. Cashman gets knocked down by Gassoff, gets up again. He's still got the puck. Gassoff chasing him around. He drops it back in his own zone to Al Sims, and Sims starts out on the left side. Ahead now to Jonathan. Jonathan to Miller through the middle. He just shoots it in the Vancouver zone. It comes off the boards. Bromley clears it around behind the net. Cashman digging in there for it, along with Gillis, and the puck goes to Hilliard Graves, who works it around behind his own goal. Boston forechecking now. They've made some changes on the move. Graves gets the puck for Vancouver. Here's Graves up on the right wing now, trying to get around Sims, who takes him out against the boards, but it's Sims who falls. Graves follows it up, gets the puck around in the corner to Gassoff, who bumps into the referee as he and Cashman go after it. The puck goes behind the net. Cheevers away out of his goal, sweeping it around. In from the line comes Gradine, gets it back into the corner, and Peter McNabb comes up with the puck for the Boston Bruins, trying to get it to Middleton. Stopped at the blue line by Gradine, but the puck gets past Gassoff, who tried to trap it, and it's loose now at center ice. Here's Cashman trying to go over the line, and the play again broken up by Gradine. Graves skates to center ice, shoots it into the Boston zone, and back to get it is Gary Doak. Both teams complete their player changes on the move. Doak starts out. His pass goes to Sims. Sims just skates to the red line and dumps it in. He's the last man to come off the ice. Chasing in after it is McNabb into the corner. Lost the puck down there to the Vancouver defenseman Dennis Kearns. He clears it back to the Boston line. Rick Smith back to get it. Smith to Middleton on the left wing. Tries to center. Intercepted by Kearns. Kearns gets it to Kozak. Here's Kozak going over the line. McNabb checks him. He has to turn around. He still has the puck. Finally lost it to Middleton. Then Middleton is checked by Kearns, and Settlebauer shoots it into the Boston zone. Oh, the play is very tight and close at center ice. as Rick Smith tried to clear the puck out in the second period. Lever gets the face-off. Back to the line to Dennis Kearns. A weak shot. Goes right to front, and Settlebauer couldn't poke it in as Cheevers swept it away. Back comes John Rattel now for Boston. Over the line. Fakes the drop pass. Ahead to Wensick. Goes to the corner. Taken out of there in the corner by Lars Lindgren. And the Canucks come back. It's Settlebauer. Sliding it ahead to Don Lever at center. Lever backhands it to Kozak. And that one is broken up by Mike Milbury at center. Wensick for Boston tries to pass. Went off the heel of his stick. And goes right to Dennis Kearns. Kearns to Lever. Lever with Settlebauer at center now. Shoots it into the Boston zone. Cheevers comes way out of the goal to clear it. As in comes Don Lever after him, and Cheevers finally cleared it right out to center. Back to the Vancouver line where Larry Goodenough takes it around behind his own goal to Harold Sneps. Sneps now long past the Kozak at center. He touched it. It goes down into the Boston zone. Cheevers taps it to Milbury. He goes around behind his own goal. Milbury puts it in the corner now, where it's taken by Redmond. Ahead to center ice to Rattel. Rattel shooting it into the Vancouver zone. Down in fast for it was Wensick. He tried a shot from a bad angle. Saved easily by Bromley. And the puck is loose in the Vancouver zone. Cashman goes to the corner with Rattel. Back to Rattel. Here's Rattel skating off the boards. Trying to center. Comes right in front. Rattel shoots. He scores! A backhander by John Rattel. The first goal of the hockey game.
Some very poor play by the Canucks in their own zone, and it was just a matter of time. When you make that many mistakes on one shift, a good team like the Boston Bruins is going to capitalize on it. First, it was Don Kozak, who had an opportunity to get the puck out, didn't. Then Don Lever played the puck instead of the man on John Rattel. Rattel just gave him that dipsy doodle that he...
Not good enough. Gets the puck for Vancouver. Shoots it down into the Boston zone. And the Bruins bring it back out. It's Bob Miller at center ice. Gunny's checked in the Canucks. Try to keep it onside, but Fraser failed to. So there'll be a face-off. And Fraser, the forward line for the Vancouver Canucks. Miller, Jonathan, and Cashman for the Boston Bruins. On the face-off, it comes back to Gary Doak. Doak to Sims as he moves it out. Sims, nice pass to center to Jonathan over the line. Good enough, takes him out. He drops it back to Cashman. Back to Jonathan, right across the goal mouth to Miller. Miller's right in front. He's down on the ice. He can't get a shot away. And it's cleared by the Canucks. Good enough out to center ice. Sims takes it at center. Turns, backhands it to Jonathan. Being bothered by Gradine. Gets it back to Gary Doak. Doak now to Miller, still in his own zone. Miller gets it ahead. It's intercepted by Smeal. Here's Smeal waiting for his teammates to get onside. Shoots it into the Boston zone, and Miller brings it out. Here's Miller to Cashman on the right wing. Cashman over the Vancouver line, through to Miller, coming right in. And a nice play by Gradine. Knocked the puck off his stick. It goes to the corner. Cashman is bumped in the corner by Sneps. Gradine tries to tie up Miller's. Cashman comes in with the sticks a bit high, and they're starting to push and shove now. Sneps and Cashman, and they're all milling around, but no punches are thrown. Cashman came in with the stick a little high onto the head of Gradine as he was tied up with Miller, and then Sneps didn't want any of that nonsense, and he started pushing and shoving too.
And the smallest player on the ice, but he is built just like a fire plug, Stan Jonathan. Everybody knows about his fighting abilities in the National Hockey League, and he was very quick to get in there in the fracas. He is now paired up with Stansfield.
McNabb wins the draw cleanly. Back comes the line. Here's a shot by Milbury. Never reached the goal. It comes back to the blue line. Kept onside by Redmond, shooting it into the corner. Around off the boards. Middleton going after it. Gets jammed up against the boards in there momentarily. Kicks the puck free. Hasn't got a stick. Gillis is after him, trying to tie him up. Now O'Reilly goes around behind the goal with the puck. O'Reilly trying to center it to McNabb. Never reached him. McNabb goes to the boards to get it. McNabb turning in the slot. Backhands the puck back to the line. Here's a shot right on by Redmond. Nice save by goalkeeper Bromley. There's going to be a penalty for holding. In the second period, there's McNabb, Middleton, and O'Reilly as the forward line for the Boston Bruins. Graves out there to kill off the penalty, along with Sneps, Mano, and Jerry Gillis. Comes to Brad Park from the face-off. Goes along the boards to O'Reilly, coming off the board, skates into the slot, puts it back to Brad Park. Over it comes to Sims, back to Park. Here's his shot, right on. And it was wide of the net as he got a shot away. It comes back along the boards. O'Reilly puts it along the side to Sims. Sims right in front of O'Reilly, right in. He shoots. Oh, good save by Bromley. The rebound was tapped in. I believe McNabb in front of the goal, and now Sneps and O'Reilly pushing and shoving in front of the net.
Jim O'Reilly was allowed to walk right in. He took the first shot. Bromley just made a magnificent save with his right pad. Or not, I'm not sure. O'Reilly took the backhanded. And there was a Bruin right in front. Might have been Peter McNabb. Could have been Jean Rattel.
we'll have to wait certainly for the public.
16, Rick Middleton. Assist to number 24, Terry O'Reilly. And number 29, Al Sims. The time, 5:56.
On the faceoff now with just 13 minutes and 50 seconds left. The Boston Bruins shoot the puck into the Vancouver zone. Canucks try to bring it out now. Kearns turning behind his own goal with Rattel forechecking. Kearns starting out, gets it in the corner. It's lifted high by Lindgren. It goes down the ice after it is Settlebauer being interfered with. It's going to be a penalty. Here's a Boston penalty to Schmatz for interference, and Schmatz has got a who-me look about it. Settlebauer with Lever and Smeal is the forward line, and the Bruins shoot the puck into the Vancouver zone with the faceoff. Dennis Kearns behind his own goal waiting. Verdine moves out in the corner. Kearns carries the puck, gets it to Lever. Lever moving nicely to center ice at the red line. Lever carrying the puck over the line, passes to Smeal on the left wing. Smeal goes to the corner, muscled into the corner by Dick Redmond. The puck goes loose. Redmond goes after it. He's got it. Here's Redmond coming out now. He doesn't shoot it down the ice. He's carrying the puck to center. Over the line. Redmond going in. He shoots from a bad angle. Bromley makes a save. Rattel for the rebound. And he almost scored. It's a great stop by Dennis Kearns, who slipped his stick in behind Bromley and made the save as Rattel was just poking it at an open net. Oh, a close call. Back comes Dennis Kearns the other way. Ahead now to Settlebauer on the right wing. Settlebauer goes to the corner with Rick Smith. Smith takes him out hard against the boards. Rattel shoots the puck, not out. Gradine keeps it onside. He shoots wide of the net. In from the other point comes Dennis Kearns, keeping it onside. Behind the goal to Smeal. Smeal in the corner to Lever. Lever back to Smeal. Cheevers comes out of the net and bats it away. Settlebauer chases after it. So does Lindgren, and it's shot out to center ice by Jean Rattel. Back the other way comes Dennis Kearns. Ahead now to Lever, too far ahead of him, and the puck goes to Gary Doak. Doak goes to the board, kicks it to the front of the net, and Rick Smith fires it down the ice. And there's going to be penalties here called by Dick Redmond and Al Sims. And on the face-off, the puck comes to Redmond, and he just shoots it down the ice. And the Canucks come back. Bobby Mano with Gradine out there with Sneps playing up on the forward line. Here's a nice move by Mano ahead to Gradine. Gradine going down into the corner, looks around, tries to center it. Getting there first is Redmond. He found on it. The Canucks still have the puck. Going into the corner. Skating around in there. Gets it back to the blue line. Good enough now. Back it comes to Mano. He shoots. It's deflected over in front of the net and grabbed by Bromley, who takes a poke jabbing of his stick at Harold Sneps after that shot by Mano.
Jim, I think we should point out that Harry Neal has put Harold Sneps up on the phone.
Face off in the Boston zone to the right of Jerry Cheevers. Gradine facing off. Gets the draw. He's spilled on the play, and the puck goes to Rattel, who fires it down the ice. 1 second left. The penalty now up to Schmatz. The teams are at even strength, both one man short. Larry Goodenough at center ice is sprawled as he's checked by Schmatz. The puck goes to Bobby Mano. Mano drags it back as Schmatz comes after him. Passes over to Larry Goodenough. Goodenough getting it ahead to Gradine. He didn't see the pass, and it's tapped back to the Vancouver line where Bobby Mano takes it. 59 seconds left on the dual penalties now. A bad pass goes right to Sims, who taps it back in, and he catches his team offside, so it'll be a face-off at the Vancouver blue line.
The score.
Outstanding international basketball game. March 3rd at 8 in the Coliseum. Tickets at Vancouver Ticket Center outlets, Eaton Stores, and Dakin Automotive in Richmond.
On the face-off, the puck goes to Thomas Gradine at his own line. He skates around with it, having some trouble with the puck as Miller's bothering him. Schmatz steps into him, spins him around. The puck slides to the Boston line where Doak takes it. Doak over to Al Sims. Sims tried to pass ahead to Miller. It's going down the length of the rink. That one will be icing when Dennis Kearns touches it, and it'll come back to the other end. 26 seconds left.
And since he's come to Beantown, he's still not signed as coach of the Bruins for next year. A lot of reports say he could be going elsewhere, maybe Buffalo, Philadelphia, who knows.
On the face-off, the puck goes around behind the Boston goal. It's taken there by Sims in the corner to Doak out to center ice, intended for Middleton. And Doak skates up to try and help him, but he finally lost it as it comes back to Thomas Gradine. Over to Dennis Kearns. Kearns back to Gradine in his own zone as the Bruins are starting to press. Middleton forechecking. He's got the puck. Got it away to Peter McNabb. Gradine tries to tie up McNabb in the corner. McNabb still got the puck. Gets it out to Middleton. He's circling the goal. Back to the blue line. It comes to Sims. Here's his shot. Nice save by Bromley, who did the splits. Cleared it in the corner. O'Reilly in the corner has got it for Boston. Trying to center it. Gets it to Middleton, but the Canucks clear it out to center ice. At center, Sims dumps it back in as the team gets onside. Gradine tries to get it away from O'Reilly. O'Reilly lost it. McNabb got it for a second, then he lost it. And back the other way comes Stan Smeel for the Canucks. Smeel over the line. Shoots, he scores! Smeel! A long shot from just inside the blue line. We noticed in the warm-up.
Well, we talk about how Jerry Cheevers guesses, and we pointed that out on our broadcast earlier, and Cheevers came out again, and Smeel just took a quick wrist shot. It was high in the top corner, right over the shoulder of Jerry Cheevers, who'd come out about 8 feet from his goal.
Stan Smeel. Unassisted. The time, 10-19.
No assist on the goal. I don't think Smeel has ever scored a goal from further out than that one. He was just one step over the blue line, and he let it go and caught the upper right-hand corner. The Bruins now back down the ice. Try to keep the puck in the Vancouver zone. Kozak gets there for the Canucks and clears it out. It may go all the way for icing. Not far enough. Back to get it is Dick Redmond. He circles his own goal as Lever is forechecking. Redmond just standing behind his own goal. Kozak comes after him, so Redmond starts out on the wing to Miller. Miller, a rink-wide pass to Cashman over the line, being watched by Snep. Drop pass comes to Jonathan. Back to Miller. Miller turning. Still inside the Canuck zone. Tries a shot. Bromley makes the save. And there's going to be a Canuck penalty to Sneps for spilling Cashman in front of the goal. Behind the net, the puck goes to good enough, and the play is stopped. And now here's Kozak. And Jonathan getting the sticks a little high. The linesmen try to step between them, and they do, and nothing comes of that. But Sneps is going to draw a 2-minute penalty for tripping Cashman in front of the goal. 8:47 left in the second. O'Reilly, Sims, and Park on the point. Puck comes back to Sims from the faceoff. Over to Brad Park. He shoots. Oh, just missed the net by inches. The puck bounces high in the air. O'Reilly along the boards. Is spilled. Is going to. Whoops, there was going to be a penalty. The referee lifted his arm and he pulled it down again as a Bruin player was spilled by Kearns, who cleared the puck down the ice. Back to get it is Al Sims behind his own goal. Sims starting out. Moves to center ice. Dumps it from the red line into the Vancouver zone. O'Reilly racing down with Lever. The two go to the boards. In to help out is Peter McNabb. He rattles it off the boards. But getting there first is Jerry Gillis, and he shoots it right back to the Boston end of the ring. Cheevers wandering around in the corner. Stick handles the puck back to the side of the net, and Al Sims takes it there for the Bruins. 1:14 left in the penalty. O'Reilly to Peter McNabb at center ice. Peter back to O'Reilly. Nice play at center by the Canucks as it's knocked down by Dennis Kearns. Kearns to Lever over the line. Trying to go around Sims. Goes into the corner with Peter McNabb. The two get jammed against the boards, and the puck is fished out by Brad Park. Park now starting to center ice. The Canucks make a couple of changes. Here's Park at the red line. Shoots it into the Canuck zone. Rattles it around the boards. Bromley lets it go. Hilliard Graves starting out. Gets around Peter McNabb, but can't get the puck out as it's kept onside by Cashman. Now it's shot down the ice as a Canuck player was bumped there by O'Reilly, and no call as O'Reilly had broken his stick. And the Canuck defenseman, Mano, was given quite a ride, but there was no call. Back the other way comes Brad Park to Rattel. Back to Park, intercepted, and Lindgren shoots it down the ice with 24 seconds left in the penalty. Rick Smith behind his own goal as the Bruins complete the changes now. Smith out to center ice. Dumps it into the Vancouver zone. They race in after it. Schmaltz gets down there along with Settlebauer. Schmaltz got the puck behind the goal. He comes right out in front. He shoots into a maze of players, and Bromley down on his knees made the save. The puck cleared up over the glass and into the crowd. There'll be a few seconds left in the penalty to Harold Snep standing up in the penalty box. Don Lever facing off with Rattel inside the Vancouver zone. Lever wins the draw, gets the puck in the corner. Lindgren rattles it around the glass, trying to clear it out. There's going to be a penalty. Set power play. Settlebauer is playing out there now with Gradine and Smeel. That's the line. And the puck comes to the Bruins defenseman Gary Doak, who slams it in the Vancouver zone from the faceoff. Larry Goodenough now behind his own goal. Starts out with Sneps in the corner. Goodenough carrying to center ice. Trying to lead it to Gradine, too far ahead of him. Comes right to Jerry Cheevers, who clears it around behind the goal. And it's shot by Redmond up over the glass and into the crowd. So there'll be a face-off inside.
And she's leaning back now.
The St. John's ambulance man was there very, very quickly, Tom. It was good to see that happen for someone who'd been injured. On the face-off now, the puck comes back to the Vancouver line. They have the power play. Ahead to Thomas Gradine. Gradine just shoots it into the Boston zone. Cheevers again clearing it off the glass. Out to center ice. As Goodenough couldn't trap it at the blue line. Snaps back at his own line now, turning. Gives it to Larry Goodenough. Good enough at center now with Gradine. Passes up to Smeal on the left wing. Smeal stops, backs away, gets the puck back to Sneps. Here's Sneps waiting too long as to get a pass. Tries to get it to Gradine in the corner. Trying to get it back to Sneps. Smots is there, bounces it around. Smeal keeps it onside. Now back to Larry Goodenough. Goodenough ahead to Settlebauer in the right wing. Trying to put it in the slot. He's checked in there by Redmond. Smots golfs at it. It's kept onside by Sneps, but Sneps is deep in the corner. Back along the side now it comes to Smeal. Here's Smeal passing over to Goodenough. Goodenough shoots. It's smothered from close in by Gary Doak, who goes down. The puck comes back the line. Here's Smeal faking. Now he gets the pass over to Smott. It goes to Harold Sneps. His shot goes wide. Goodenough gets the rebound. Circles the goal. Goodenough circling the net. Goes into the corner with it. Back to Sneps at the line. Sneps just stands there. Now ahead to Gradine in the corner. Gradine looking. Boston staying in that box. Nobody in the slot. Harold Sneps shoots him in front. It's way wide of the net. Smeal in from the point for the rebound. Gets tied up in the corner. Gets it around behind the goal to Thomas Gradine. Gradine looking. Here's Settlebauer in the slot. Back to Sneps at the blue line. Sneps back to Gradine. Here's Gradine trying to get a pass. And Settlebauer is flattened in front of the net. There's no call on that one. He was cross-checked from behind. Here's a shot from well out. Deflected wide of the goal. The penalty is up. They're pushing and shoving in front of the net as the puck goes over the glass. But referee Dave Newell is letting everything short of legalized murder go.
The score, Boston 2, Vancouver 1. More Canucks hockey in a moment.
Are you worried about dry skin?
But they weren't hitting the goal with it either. On the face-off, Miller now lost the puck inside his own zone. Here's Jerry Gillis trying to go in, but it's broken up by Doak, who taps it back out to center ice. Teams are at full strength. Lindgren at the red line turns and shoots it inside the Boston zone. Cheevers behind the net makes the save, leaves it there for Rick Smith. Smith puts it up, and it goes over the glass as he's bumped into by Gassoff, who knocked him down behind the goal, and there'll be a face-off inside the Boston.
Thomas Gradine only has 2 goals in his last 20 games, and if he would shoot more, he can get open, but he just won't shoot the puck.
On the face-off, Gassoff is sandwiched between a couple of defensemen. The puck is rattled off the glass by the Bruins. They get it out to center ice, and Gassoff taps it back to Dennis Kearns. Kearns skates the red line, shoots it into the Boston zone again. Rick Smith behind his own goal for the Bruins, starting out, and Graves intercepted his pass out. It goes to the corner. Doak goes back after it. Graves ties him up. Gets it to Cashman along the boards. Gassoff going in after it. Back to Dennis Kearns. He shoots, hit the side of the net from a bad angle. Graves is wrestled off the puck by Rick Smith. The puck comes in front, but there's going to be some penalties, I think. No, there's no penalty. Players are down all over the ice, but the referee had a whistle in his mouth, didn't blow it. Puck goes around behind the net and comes back out to center ice as Gassoff is in there digging. Back at center now, it's Lindgren waiting for his team to get onside. Shoots it back in, but Graves wasn't back onside, so there's going to be a face-off.
Sentiments on when he went to the Canuck bench, but no penalties were called. It's still a 2-1 hockey game.
On the face-off, Milbury gets the puck for Boston behind his own net to Dick Redmond. Redmond just stands there. Peter McNabb on the ice now with O'Reilly and Middleton. Puck comes out, tipped to center ice. O'Reilly after it. Nice pass ahead to Middleton, to McNabb over the line. Trying to set it in front. Here's Middleton. He shoots, and he scores. Middleton right in with a perfect setup from Peter McNabb. Just squeezed the puck under Gary Bromley. That makes it 3-1.
And for Middleton, that's his second goal of this game, and it's a big goal for the Bruins and a very costly one for the Canucks. Harold Sneps, who has a tendency from time to time to try to do too much, he's trying to get his team back in this hockey game, was caught off ice. Ron Settlebauer was the only one met goal, and he just tapped it in. Bromley had no chance, and for Middleton, that's goal number 28 on the season.
Settlebauer and O'Reilly pushing each other around at center in the face-off as a long shot by the Bruins comes right to Bromley. He gloves it, sweeps it around behind the goal to Goodenough. Goodenough collides with Middleton. Puck comes along the boards to Kozak. He's checked, kept onside by Milbury. Rolling around in front. Here's Middleton going in again, and is checked at the last minute by Goodenough. The puck goes to the corner as Canucks steps in there and knocks down O'Reilly. Puck comes out at center ice. Here's Lever going in, trying to get a backhander away, is taken into the corner and driven hard into the boards there by Milbury, and no call on that either. Here's McNabb back the other way. McNabb with Middleton over the line. Peter McNabb coming in for the left wing, shoots from a bad angle, hit the side of the net, behind the goal. Middleton gets the puck. Out to O'Reilly. Here's O'Reilly right in front. He shoots. Nice save by Bromley. No, it trickled under his pads, and it's in. And the dam is opened. It's 4-1. O'Reilly.
What a shift for Peter McNabb and his crew. Terry O'Reilly. Just moments earlier, Middleton, his second of the game, his 28th of the year from McNabb and O'Reilly. And now O'Reilly is allowed to skate right in. He takes a wicked backhander, which always gives goaltenders a great deal of difficulty. Bromley did
On the face-off, the Bruins, Brad Park takes it, gets it to Sims. Sims puts it off the boards to Wensick. Wensick starting up. Rink-wide pass to Schwartz, too far ahead of him. And it's now loose at center ice. Gradin's got it. Gradin to Fraser. Fraser trying to go through. Back to Schmiel. Back to Fraser going. He's now behind the goal. Gradin now comes out of the front of the net. And Fraser goes back in the left wing corner with it. Skating around, trying to put it out in front. It's tapped aside by Rattel and out to center ice. And the puck bounces right back to the Vancouver blue line where Bobby Mano gets it. Mano to Schmiel on the right wing. 1:36 left. Schmiel is checked by Wensick. Gets it over to Rattel. Rattel going in, and Mano checked him at the last minute and knocked to the side. Rattel goes to the corner out in front to Wensick. Wensick over, and a shot by Schwartz just went wide of the net. Now it's back towards the blue line, intercepted, and here's Schmiel now for the Canucks. Over to Gradin. Gradin carries the puck over the line. Gradin trying to slide it through to Schmiel. Schmiel had stopped moving, and he couldn't get the pass. Back to the line of Goodenough. Goodenough's weak shot is blocked in there by Rick Smith, but by Brad Park. Gets it out to center ice. Puck is loose at center now. Picked up by Thomas Gradin. Gradin turning for the Canucks. Back over the line, trying to go around Brad Park. He does. Gets it right in front. He shoots, and Cheevers makes the save with the puck swept away at the last minute by Al Sims. Shoots it down the ice. It may go all the way for icing. As Goodenough comes back, icing will be the call against the Boston Bruins. With
Pretty good hockey team they're playing, and I think a lot of their mistakes certainly have to be credited to the Boston Bruins. They're making it happen.
No doubt about that. Here's Miller now coming out of his own zone from the faceoff. Gets it to Jonathan, back to Miller, makes a nice move, gets around Goodenough over the line. He shoots. Shot went wide. He goes in for his own rebound. Boy, is he digging. Finally taken out of there by Gasoff. Gasoff shoots the puck behind the net. Cashman, who was knocked down, gets up on his feet, lost the puck. Now Gasoff is spilled by Cashman as he goes to the puck in the corner. They jam it up in there again. Cashman tries to fish it out. Gasoff ties him up.
Puck is the body, and I'm sure that Harry Neal has had his eye on Gasoff, and he's given him lots of ice time because of it.
On the faceoff, Gillis taps the puck. Goodenough goes after it. Miller after him. Puck goes into the corner. Now comes out to center ice as Gillis is checked at center. Rick Smith got a hold of the right wing. Nab wins the draw. Gets it back to Milbury, who just shoots it around behind the Vancouver goal. They race in after it. O'Reilly tying up Gasoff, kicks the puck into the corner. Sneps goes after it. Nobody's pursuing. His time is running out. There's the horn. And nothing. On the face-off to start the third period here, the Canucks shoot the puck into the Boston zone. The Bruins try to clear it out. Gasoff gloved it aside at the glass and deflected it over the glass. So there's going to be a face-off at the Boston blue line. On the face-off, the puck again shot into the Boston zone. Taken behind the net by the defenseman Al Sims. He puts it off the boards. It was intended for Miller. It's going to go the length of the ice. There's a race on for it, and it's touched first by
6 when he was out with whiplash in a game against the Montreal Canadiens.
Playing defense with Dennis Kearns on the face-off inside the Boston zone. It's Brad Park coming out with it, moves it to center ice. Kearns breaks it up, gets it over to Gasoff, over the line with Gillis, but he lost it and swept off his stick by Al Sims. Sims takes it around behind the goal, shoots it out towards center. As McElhargy stepped into Cashman, the puck goes down the ice. Back to get it is Dennis Kearns. Going around behind his own goal, he rattles it off the glass. It's not out, kept onside by Sims, who shoots it into the corner. McElhargy there now, fires it off the boards to center ice as McElhargy is decked by Jonathan. Puck loose at center, and finally picked up by Sims. Sims lifts it high in the air, it goes down into the Canuck corner as Boston are going to make a player change on the move. Rattel comes on the ice, gets the puck into the Canuck zone, back to the line. A shot by Rick Smith, right on, the save made by Bromley. Puck goes into the corner. Jerry Gillis of the Canucks has it now. Trying to get it out to McElhargy. McElhargy off the boards to Gasoff. Gasoff at center to Gillis. Gillis going over the line. Being checked by Schmotz, and Schmotz gets the puck. Gasoff steps into him, and the puck goes to Gillis. Gillis shoots from a bad angle, and the save is made by Jerry Cheevers, sweeping it around behind the goal. Miller just lets it go at the far side. It goes down the length of the rink. When it's touched by McElhargy, it'll be icing against the Boston Bruins.
And again, Brad Gasoff, certain a week ago Saturday night, the New York Islanders didn't play with the same type of tempo that they normally do, and they skated away with a third period surge to win the game.
On the face-off, Bobby Schmotz meal for the Canucks. On the face-off, Redmond fires it down in the Vancouver zone. And the Canucks start out. Pass to center ice, goes too far, and goes the length of the rink. And that one is going to come back for icing. That was from John.
3 chance to win.
On the face-off, the puck goes into the corner. Grisdale after it. Peter McNabb after him. Grisdale gets it out to center ice, but Redmond takes it there for Boston. Lifts it high in the air, back, and it goes right over the glass. Face-off, McNabb cleanly wins the draw. gets it back to Milbury. He shoots it into the Vancouver zone. Racing in after it is Middleton. Middleton gets it back along the boards, but it's the Canucks who bring it out. Passes by Smeel at center ice, intended for Gradin, is intercepted by O'Reilly. Fires it back into the Vancouver zone. Racing in after it is O'Reilly trying to center it. O'Reilly gets mixed up behind the goal there with Grisdale, and they're going to push and shove each other around. Now they're going at it. The gloves are off. Grisdale wants to get the punch in, but O'Reilly doesn't want to have any part of throwing a punch. It seems he's just grabbing him, hanging on, and the two linesmen are right in between it. O'Reilly came off the boards and comes back to Dick Redmond. Redmond now in his own zone. Starts up slowly with the puck. Being watched by Gradin. He has to turn and lost control of it, so he has to go right back around behind his own goal as Gradin is forechecking. Rattel and Schmatz are the two forwards for the Bruins. Pass goes in the corner, where it's taken by Milbury. Milbury gets it back out. A long shot from well out by Schmatz is saved by Bromley, who clears it into the corner. Goes around behind the net. Back it comes to Milbury at the blue line. Milbury tried a shot. That was blocked by Gradin. Nobody knows where the puck has gone. It's lodged in somebody's clothing. It actually stuck. Pass goes up to Fraser over the line with Gradin. They lost the puck, and back the other way comes Schmatz with Rattel. Tries to headman it, but Fraser took a run at him, so he turned around, lost it. Here's Fraser back the other way. Fraser lets go a long shot. Redmond knocked that one down. In for the rebound goes Al Sims. Gets it out to Rattel. Teams change on the move. Here's the puck up to center ice now to Sims. He lost it as Gradin tapped it back out to center ice. 49 seconds left in the dual minor penalties. And the puck comes back to Gary Doak in his own zone. Doak lays down a pass that was intended for McNabb. McNabb ahead now to Middleton. He lost it, and Fraser gets the puck. Here's Fraser now, passing to Gradin. Nice move over the line. He's upended on the play, and play goes on. It looked like it was a piece of a leg in there, but the referee apparently feels it's a hip. Over the line comes Peter McNabb, trying to slide it through. Nice check by Dennis Kearns, who knocked it off of Middleton's stick before he can make a play. Kearns leads the pass back to Fraser. He's all by himself. Long shot. And Cheevers makes a shaky save from well out. Cleared it away, but he looked shaky. Puck goes around behind the net as Gradin stepped hard into Gary Doak behind the net. Doak finally gets the puck out to Middleton. Middleton to McNabb at center ice. Trying to go around McElhargy, who rides him out against the boards. The dual penalties are up. McElhargy takes McNabb out. The puck goes into the corner. Is taken there by Gradin, who sweeps it around behind the net. And it's taken by Grisdale. Grisdale gets it out to center ice. Long shot from well out by Redmond. He breaks his stick on the play. Bromley makes the save easily. The puck is cleared ahead to Settlebauer. Settlebauer at center ice drops it back to Lever. Over the line with Settlebauer. Lever down the left wing to the corner. Back to Settlebauer in front. He shoots, and the shot hit his skate before it got to goalkeeper Cheevers. He swept it away to the side. O'Reilly elects to fire it down the ice and take the pressure off. Icing will be the call against the Boston Bruins with 14:35 left.
The score, the Bruins 4, the Canucks.
Face-off is inside the Boston zone. It goes into the corner. Rick Smith fires it around behind the net to Redmond. Redmond, a nice pass through the center to Miller. Here's Miller with Cashman over the line. The pass to Cashman on the right wing. He tried a weak shot. Blocked in there by Lindgren. It goes to the corner. Miller after it. Nice check by Sneps. Sneps gets it away to Settlebauer. Now to Lever. Back to Settlebauer. Trying to center it, and it's intercepted by Rick Smith. Smith turns, gets it to Cashman, playing on the left wing. Lever tries to tie him up, and the puck goes to Settlebauer. Back to Sneps. Back to Lindgren in his own zone. Now to Sneps, moving to center ice. Sneps just dumps it into the Boston zone. Settlebauer in after it, changed hands and shot from the wrong side and went wide of the net. He came back with a right-handed shot, but just shot wide. Now at center ice, the Canucks' Rob Tudor puts his team offside as he shoots the puck back in, and there'll be a face-off at the Boston blue line.
We have a Flinders 3-1 over Detroit.
On the face-off, Gassoff shoots the puck down into the Boston zone. Brad Park behind his own goal. Stands there waiting. Gillis tried to go in after him. He almost lost his balance and fell as Park moves the puck out to center ice to Schmatz. At the red line, a long shot. Nice save by Bromley. Cooley pushing it off to the side. Coming in after it was Wensink, but he was checked on the play by Hilliard Graves, and the puck slides out to center ice. Backhanded back in again by Al Sims. And Jack McElhargy gets it to Gassoff. Gassoff ahead now to Gillis at center ice. Gillis trying to put it back to Gassoff, but that play broken up by Sims at the blue line. Gillis back to get it, backhands it in to the Boston zone, waiting for Gassoff to get onside, and it's now behind the Boston net, and Al Sims starts out. Long pass to center. trying to set up Smots on the red line, but the play was broken up, and the Canucks fire it right back in. Kern shooting it down into the Boston zone. Brad Park down there puts it into the corner, goes around behind the net with it, and just stands there. Now Park starts out slowly, looking to get somebody up ice. Rattel up there, so he has to come back and give the puck back to Sims. Sims carries to the red line, shoots it into the Vancouver zone. Lindgren down to get it, with Wensick after him. Shoots it around behind the goal, and Graves starts out. Carries to center ice, trying to move over the line. He's bumped off the puck. Gillis gets it back to Graves, right, and he shoots. A nice save made by Jeevers. It goes to the ice. It's going to be a penalty as Gassoff is being pushed around by Rick Smith, and the linesmen are right in between it. Now Gillis is on the receiving end of something from Gary Dope, but it was just one punch. Gradine gets it back to Smeal, back to Snaps, back to Smeal along the left wing. He shoots. Oh, nice save. Rebound in front. Gradine shoots. He scores. Gradine on a backhander.
Well, we've mentioned that Thomas Gradine has only scored 2 goals in his last 20 games. And he picked up the rebound there, and very quickly the Canucks cash in on a power play goal. Gradine on a backhander, his 16th goal of the season, and it's now 4-2 for the Bruins.
And we have a winner of $140, E.E. Davidson of
Number 27, Harold Snaps. The time, 7:56.
We have a 4-2 hockey game now as we go into the final 12 minutes. Puck is cleared around off the boards. Cashman starting out to center ice. Cashman tries to center it, gets it back to Jonathan over the line to Miller. He shoots. Nice save by Bromley on the short side, and he hung on. Bob Miller got a good sharp shot away, and now here's a scrap behind the goal. It's Jonathan and Snaps. And Jonathan's hanging on. He's got Snaps down onto the ice. Snaps was the only one that got a punch in, I think, before Jonathan just hung on to him. Wasn't going to let go. And the linesmen are trying to pull them apart. Now that they're apart, Jonathan is now throwing punches over the back of one of the linesmen at Snaps, who's underneath. And Swede Knox is telling him to get off. But Jonathan doesn't want to get off as Snaps is pinned to the ice.
And the fans here at the Coliseum get some idea just how well built Stan Jonathan is. He's only 5'8", but his jersey was...
Have Gradine on defense, and from the face-off, the shot just went wide of the goal. It's cleared out to center ice by Fraser. Shot back in again. Fraser, Smeal, and Gradine out there in the forward line. And now here's more fights. Now it's O'Reilly and Gradine with the stick up, and the linesman between them. Lindgren. And O'Reilly, as O'Reilly had been working him over in the circle, and the fans were on the officials who hadn't been called. And now Lindgren is getting quite a lecture from the referee, Dave Newell. $100 if the Canucks score with the man advantage.
Well, it only took them 8 seconds the last time they had the man advantage. Now, if they can just duplicate that, then we're going to have a whale of a hockey game here in the final 10 minutes.
11:33 remain in the game. Face-off just outside the Vancouver zone. Facing off against Jerry Gillis and Gradine. Gradine gets the puck. Now to Lindgren. Lindgren being muscled there by Smots. Makes a nice move as he gets some help from Gradine. Carries the puck to center ice. Flips it down into the corner. Smeal racing in after it with Dope. The stick's a little high. Puck goes around behind the goal. Comes out and is shot down the ice by Dick Redmond. Well, you can tell that feelings are running high the way these players are running at each other now. Dennis Kearns behind his own goal, starting out. Passes up on the right wing. And the rink-wide pass by Gradine hit the linesman and comes back to Kearns. Kearns now tries to center. It's intercepted. And Smots goes into a little dance at his own end of the rink and then shoots it out. And back to get it is Dennis Kearns. And they're calling it for being hit with a high stick, as Kearns hit it with a stick of in for roughing. On the face-off, the puck comes toward the goal. Bob Mano intercepts. Mano leaves it there for Don Lever. Lever back to Mano, trying to put it back to Lever. Lost it. The Boston have got it. Miller out in front. Fanned on a shot. What a chance he had. Down the other way come the Canucks. And now Middleton takes him out. Over the line comes Mano. Mano trying to center it. Middleton knocked it down. Kept onside by Gillis. Here's Gillis backhanding in front of the net. It goes off a skate into the corner. Miller tries to clear it out with the help of Middleton. Shoots it down the ice. Bromley makes the save at the other end. 32 seconds left on the Boston penalty. Back comes Larry Goodenough. Over the line, Goodenough trying to go in. Over to Lever. He's right in front. He shoots. He scores!
Oh, how sweet it is. They've come to life here at the Pacific Coliseum. The fans love it. As the Canucks cash in on 2 straight power play goals. Larry Goodenough with a superb rush-up ice, passed over to Don Lever, put him in the clear. Cheever's got a piece of the shot, but it went in the net.
On the face-off, Mano gets the puck for the Canucks. Goes off of Rattel's skates as he tried to pass. He gets it back again. Skates to the red line, backhands it. Oops, up into the crowd about 10 rows. There'll be a face-off. After Don Lever has drawn the Canucks within 1 of the Boston Bruins. The Bruins, Rick Smith takes the puck from the face-off, shoots it down into the Vancouver zone. Bromley saving it behind the goal. Back the other way comes Bobby Mano. He falls, but he gets the puck out of danger momentarily, and then Rattel falls. He gets it over to Schmaltz, and he shoots from an impossible angle. Comes off the glass and out to center ice. Back to get it is Gary Doak. Over to Rick Smith. Lost it to Don Lever. Lever to Kozak. Going in. Kozak tries to center to Settlebauer, and he was checked in front. Puck comes all the way back out to center ice. Mano at center now. Gets it over to Goodenough. Goodenough shoots it down in the Boston corner. In after it, Settlebauer racing in. Couldn't get to it as it's knocked away before he got there by Gary Doak. Back the other way. Now comes Wensick. Wensick through to Rattel. Back to Wensick. Closing in, but the puck hopped over his stick and he chased it to the corner. It's opening up a bit now. Wensick behind the goal. Gets it to Rattel in the corner. Rattel turning. Slides it across the goal mouth, but Schmaltz couldn't put it in. Here's Settlebauer back the other way with Kozak. Drops the puck back to Goodenough. Over the line. Trader pass to Kozak. Back to Goodenough. Closing in right in front to Lever. And he was spilled in front of the net. He couldn't get the shot away as Wensick upended him and the fans start to shower stuff on the rink. The puck goes into the corner to Settlebauer. Settlebauer shoots from a bad angle. Cheevers had to save it. It goes to Rattel. Rattel to Schmaltz at center. Stopped by McElhargy, who knocks it back into the Bruin zone. They just cleared ahead to center ice, and Dennis Kearns picks it up. Canucks change on the move. A long lead pass to Settlebauer is offside, coming from behind the blue line over the red line. Line against the Boston big line of McNabb, O'Reilly, and Middleton. On the faceoff, a shot by Milbury is blocked by the Canucks defenseman Dennis Kearns. It's cleared out to center ice. They shoot it back in again. Kearns racing down for it. O'Reilly after him gets a nice pass out to Gillis. Here's Gillis at center ice. Graves breaking up the right wing. There's a pass to Graves over the line. Going right in, and it's offside. And McElhargy is incensed at that call. And, the other player out there is Wensick. I'll make that Middleton. So they're mixing him up a little bit here with Middleton going over the left wing. On the face-off, the puck goes down into the Canucks zone, and it's going to be called for icing.
Pleased with the performance of his team here in the third period.
On the face-off, the puck goes into the corner. Middleton carries it out to center ice, and the Canucks break it up there. Taken by Dennis Kearns. Kearns puts it over on the wing. It's shot down into the Boston zone again by McElhargy. Canucks are just waiting. They're not going in. Here's a long lead pass to Cashman. McElhargy ties him up along the boards. It's kept onside by Gassoff. Then it hits the player Doak and comes out to center ice, but it's Gillis for the Canucks. Back over the line. Gillis is upended as he crosses the blue line by Miller as the Bruins are just lining up along the blue line now. Here's McElhargy shooting the puck into the Boston zone. Miller works around behind the goal, puts it off the boards, racing in for it. It's Kearns. He's got it. Kearns going in. Gets it across in front to Gassoff. Instead of shooting, and Gassoff couldn't handle the puck. It was behind him. Miller back the other way. Over the Vancouver line. Miller going in. Over to Middleton. Middleton in front to Cashman. It's blocked. And back the other way comes Gillis. Jerry Gillis now with Gassoff at center ice. Gillis over the line. Gets spun around in there by Rick Smith. Lost his stick, and the puck is cleared out to center. Cashman back the other way with Miller. Over the line, Cashman looking, trying to center. There's a player open right in front. It's Smith, and he went past the goal as Bromley came out and deflected as he tried to make a play. The puck went wide as Rick Smith was cruising right in. They go into the corner, jamming up in there. Cashman pushing around now with Lars Lindgren, but nothing comes of the remaining in the game. Brodin, Fraser, and Schmiel now for the Canucks. Brodin gets the draw. The puck is still under his skate. He puts it off the boards. Here's Fraser coming out to center ice with Schmiel. Fraser at the red line. Let's go a long shot. Cheevers makes the save. Clears it to the corner. In after it is Rick Smith, and Fraser drives him into the boards hard. Puck comes out to Fraser. He shoots from a bad angle. Went wide of the net. In for the rebound. On the opposite point is Grisdale shooting it in the corner. Smeal centers it. Back to the blue line it comes. It's tipped by Smots out to center ice. It's picked up there at center by Smots. He's going over the line. Smots is in with Rattel. Closing in. He shoots. Bromley makes the save on the short side of the net. It jams into the netting. And there'll be a face-off inside the Vancouver zone. 6:04.
He's happy to be back in action, cheering on his teammates.
On the face-off, the puck comes back to the line out in front by Wensick. A shot went wide of the net. As Wensick took the pass from Milbury, the puck goes into the corner. Fraser's got it there. Rattles it off the boards around behind the net as it comes to Grisdale. Grisdale ahead to Gradine. Gradine skated off the puck at center ice, and it's loose. Pass to Milbury was intercepted by Lindgren. Lindgren gets it out to center ice to Gradine. Drops the puck back to Smeal. Smeal at center ice just shoots it into the Boston zone. They race in after it. The Bruins, Sims gets there first. Bats it out to Smots at center ice. Rink-wide pass was intended for Wensick, too far ahead of him, and it goes to Larry Goodenough. They're changing on the move. Here's Goodenough out to center ice now with 5:20 to go. He overskates the puck, and Peter McNabb picks it up. McNabb tries to get a pass to Middleton. Middleton racing after it down in the Canucks corner, tries to center, puts it right out in front. A shot by O'Reilly just went wide of the net. Was partly deflected by Bromley. Canucks trying to come out, lost the puck at center ice to Middleton. Middleton backhands it to O'Reilly. O'Reilly passes back to Gary Doak at the red line. Doak just shoots it in the Canucks zone. Comes off the boards to Goodenough. Goodenough now to Kozak. Kozak backhands it to center ice, picked up there by Rick Smith. 4:53 left. It's 4-3 for Boston. Smith just shoots it back into the Canucks zone. Mano gets it there to Fraser. Fraser trying to put it out ahead. It hits the referee Newell and stays onside for O'Reilly. O'Reilly to McNabb behind the goal. Bromley batted it aside, and Mano picks it up now for the Canucks. Mano to Kozak. Kozak trying to leave it for Mano as he carried out to center ice, and Bruins really have a full court press going now. They're just pressing the Canucks at their own blue line. Middleton carries it over the line, goes to the corner. Middleton circles the net, gives it to O'Reilly. You didn't see it behind the goal. Mano goes against the boards with him. O'Reilly is trying to jam it up, knocks it loose for a second. Gets it in the corner to Peter McNabb. McNabb has Middleton open in front of the goal, but he passes behind the net. Takes it off the boards to O'Reilly. O'Reilly's still behind the goal, upended in there by Lever, and the puck goes to Kozak. Kozak fails to clear it out. Shot by Smith is right on, and Bromley makes the save as Rick Smith let one go from the blue line. So, linesman Sweet Knox drops the puck from the face-off. A shot right on target by Mike Milbury, saved by Bromley. The Canucks bring it out. Gasoff to center ice. It's called for an offside pass. The puck went up. Still anybody's hockey game. Gillis flips the puck ahead from the face-off. And it goes right to Milbury. Milbury just backhands it down into the Vancouver zone. Racing after it is McElhargy. He's got the puck. Gets it out to Gasoff. Gasoff to Gillis at center ice. And he takes a tough hip check from Redmond and falls at center ice. Back the other way comes Miller. Miller going over the line with Jonathan. Through to Jonathan. The play is broken up by Dennis Kern. Now Gillis is stepped into by Cashman at center ice. The puck is knocked down with a high stick, so it'll be faced off.
They leave tomorrow for Los Angeles. They'll play in L.A. on Monday night, returning here Wednesday to play the Chicago Blackhawks.
On the face-off, Mano gets the puck over to Larry Goodenough. He's leading the charge, comes to the red line, dumps it in. Smeal racing in after it. Cheever's out of his net, clearing it to the other corner. And Fraser went in too far. The puck comes all the way out to center ice, picked up there by Larry Goodenough. As he's being bothered by Rattel, he lost the puck. It goes to Schmatz at center ice, back to Rattel. He couldn't handle a pass, and it goes right to Bobby Mano in his own zone. Mano behind the goal to Goodenough. Goodenough starting out, tries to lay a long pass through to center ice, gets it to Fraser. Fraser gets turned around, has to go back at his own blue line and give it to Mano. Now the pass comes over to Larry Goodenough. Let's go a long shot. Cheevers gloves it to the side. Fraser in after it. Cheevers tries to put it in the corner. Fraser's got it behind the goal. Fraser looking around. There's going to be a penalty to Gary Doak for upending Stan Smeal, and now the Canucks will have the man advantage. And Lars Lindgren, the two men on the point. On the face-off, the puck goes around behind the net. Rick Smith rattles it off the boards. Lindgren traps it onside, and they cover it up. Gonna get when this game started. On the face-off again, the draw won by Rattel, but kept onside by Lindgren. Lindgren then couldn't play it with his stick. It's carried out to center ice, and here comes Redmond. He just turns around at center and then dumps it into the Vancouver zone, and Bromley makes the save, with the puck being picked up by Lars Lindgren. Lindgren trying to get away from Schmatz, who's tying him up. He falls, and the puck goes to Settlebauer. Here's Settlebauer going over the line, and he sidesteps a check from Gary Doak. The puck goes to Goodenough. Here's Goodenough getting it over the line to Lever. Back to Goodenough. Goodenough closing in, he shoots, and the save made by Cheevers, who covers up in front of the goal as Settlebauer is being Rattel. Again, Rattel wins the draw and gets the puck. Here's Rattel starting out, just flips it ahead. And goalkeeper Gary Bromley has to save it at the other end of the rink. Lindgren now behind his own goal. Leaves it there for Lever. Lever starting out with good enough. Here's Lever at center ice now, carrying the puck. Unchallenged, takes it over the line. Centers it to Settlebauer. Oh, he tried to put it back to Lars Lindgren, and Lindgren was out of position, couldn't handle it at the line. Lindgren wrestled off the puck by Smots. The two go down, and the puck goes to Larry Goodenough in the Vancouver zone. Now Middleton's on to help kill the penalty. There's a pass ahead to Settlebauer coming over on the right side. Settlebauer trying to close in with Lever. The puck slides right in front, and Schmiel fammed on it in front of the net as Cheevers failed to cover it up. And it's cleared out down the ice by Boston with 35 seconds left in the penalty. Both teams change on the move. Here's Bobby Mano leading the attack. Mano over the line, trying to go right through. Here's Mano going in, and Cheevers is out of the net. Makes a sliding save and covers the puck as Mano. The Canucks. And Gradin gets the draw. It comes back to Goodenough. Over to Settlebauer. Settlebauer looking. Moves in. Over to Goodenough. He shoots. Never reached the goal. Went wide. In for the rebound comes Lindgren. He keeps it onside. It's a backhand shot by Gillis. Is saved by Cheevers. He's trying to bat it out of the rink. He throws it into the air. He throws it over the board. He's throwing it over the glass. He threw it over the glass.
Penalty, 40 seconds remaining in the game.
Puck goes into the corner. It's backhanded around the net by Milbury. Taken there by Settlebauer. Settlebauer looking. Now the penalty to Boston is up. It comes back to the line to Gillis. Gillis puts in front to Lever. Lever getting in close. The sticks are high in front of the net, but they couldn't get a shot away. Settlebauer back to the line to Gillis. Gillis shooting. It's blocked. The puck comes out of center ice. Here's a chance for Rattel in an open net, but Goodenough gets there first, and Goodenough steers it away around behind the goal. 15 seconds left. Here comes Larry Goodenough with the goal empty at center ice. Goodenough over the line. Trailer pass to Gillis. Gillis over the line. Down in the corner, and they're offside. 7 seconds left. On end, it comes off the ice now, and McNabb gets it. Here's a shot by Goodenough, and it's saved by goalkeeper Cheevers. Time running out. There's the horn. The game is over, and the Boston Bruins get one 4-3